Here we will see bound mode of data binding in ADO.NET. This mode is suitable for managing data using automatic interaction with the data source. This type of data binding is a mechanism that provides a simple and easy way for Windows runtime applications to display and interact with data. It allows flow of data between UI elements and the data object on user interface. And when binding is established, and if the data is changed, it updates changes automatically to UI elements and vice versa. With bound mode, controls like text box, labels, data grid view are automatically linked to external data source like a database, data table or a collection so that they can synchronize automatically. Here control retrieves data from the source and then the control pushes updates back to the source. Synchronization is handled by the binding engine, not by the manual code. As shown here, with bound mode, it keeps auto-synchronized binding with the UI control and UI control automatically updates the data to the data source. There are different situations when you can use bound mode. First, when data comes from a structured data source like objects, classes, collections, datasets, data tables and database tables. Next, when you want automatic UI and data synchronization. That is, if you want UI should update data automatically, and for this you don't want to write code, you must use bound mode. Mostly it is useful in CRUD operations, that is create, read, update and delete. Next is when you want separation of UI and logic. When you want to keep UI logic separate from business logic to improve maintainability, you can use bound mode. And last, when you want faster development, that is bound mode reduces code for setting manually control values, which speeds up the development significantly. On the basis of number of bounds values that can be displayed through the Windows control, form binding can be classified in two ways: simple data binding and complex data binding. With simple data binding, it allows you to bind a control to a single data element, such as value of a column from a table to a control on the form. This type of binding for control is used to show only one value. Use of simple binding includes binding data to a text box and labels. Then complex data binding. This type of data binding allows you to bind more than one data element to a control. Complex data binding involves building more than one column or row from the record source. Controls that supports complex data binding includes data grid view, combo box, list box, etc. Then we'll see what is data source. For bound mode, we use data source to interact with the data bound controls and hides the complex data binding process. These are the tools that provide data to the data bound controls and support execution of operations like insertion, deletion, sorting and updates. You can create and edit data source using data configuration wizard in a Windows Form application. To add data source in C# application, use following step. First, select project menu and under that select add new data source. From it, select database, click on this next and then select dataset and click on next. Then select the new connection, then select the data source. If you are using Access, select the provider for the data source. For the database, select the database name and click on text connection. It will create a connection with your database. Then click on next. Then select the table for table collection, and if you are using view, select view for views created and click on this finish. It will create a data source for data binding.